Okay, we're live and broadcasting. My name's Dan Lamoon. I'm the technical producer from WebinArt, and I'm going to be talking today about some of the do's and don'ts about what to include within your webinar workshop. And when you're starting your webinar, one of the things is do a little bit of housekeeping, just to kind of sort of go through what people are going to be expecting and how you're then going to be delivering your webinar. So it's important to find out if everybody can see and hear you initially. A really good way to do that and straight away start the interaction is start using the chat box. And that's where you can ask everyone if you can just put hello, hi, some form of acknowledgement within the chat box to say that you're there and that you can see me okay. That's great. We are recording all the webinars, so it's important to let people know that and that we're going to be publishing that on social media so people can watch it on demand. And if there's any questions, there's going to be interactivity throughout the workshop, but also to think about saving those questions till the end, and that's where we're going to be doing a Q&A session. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to run a bit of a presentation for you guys. Just so you can then see some examples of how to then deliver your workshop. I'm Dan Lamoon. I'm the founder of Collab Creation, and we're a video production company based in the East Midlands, and we specialize in creating educational video content. And one of the key things which we're all about is about igniting learning and sharing knowledge through video. And that's my role here as the technical producer, is to come in and help and support you guys to think about your digital offer, how you can then innovate, how you can then change the way that you might be then delivering workshops, which might be more classroom based or different methods. So first of all, just what we're going to be doing and what we're going to be running through today is we're going to talk about the good practice, what to include, how to make an engaging webinar, the bad, some of the things to maybe steer away from, and the ugly, just bits that you just definitely don't want to be doing. So the reason why we're doing this is because, it's all about creating this community about learning. We want to inspire people. We want to connect with people. And this is a great opportunity for you to share your knowledge, share your advice, and really then connect with your audience. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the good. The most important thing is to think about planning your workshop. Think about the script. Think about the visuals. How are you going to be connecting with people? How are they? We think, very visually, especially within our audience, which are all within the creative sector. So you've got to be thinking about creating some great slides, using awesome graphics, using photos, anything that really portrays your message and what you're wanting to say. Your script is really important. So you've got to be planning out what content you're going to be including and think it through. Think about how you're going to be making it interactive, because people don't want to just watch a lecture for an hour. They want to participate. They want to engage. So that's where we've got the chat box. You can then plan out some polls, which are tick boxes to find out and connect with people about what they're wanting to learn, how they are learning, and anything that they're wanting to find out later on. You've got to then stay on point. Don't go off on a tangent and talk about something different, because people are here to learn, and we've got to remember that. And we're going to be helping you to think about the marketing and how we're going to communicate that to make sure that we've got the right audience for you. The important thing is to have fun. That's what it's all about. Learning is all about having fun. And we want to work with you in order to then engage our community, to really build that community and make sure that everybody's learning. Some of the main content that you're going to be putting into your presentation, as I mentioned, you've got to be visual. So you've got to aim for about a slide a minute and fill it up with pretty pictures and graphics. Tell stories, use examples, connect with people through what you might have done, your personal experience. I mentioned before, be interactive. You've got to really engage those people. You've got to engage in the audience to find out what they're wanting to learn and how they are learning. And then think about what the takeaway is going to be. What's going to be that golden nugget that people are going to go forward with and actually apply to their careers and the way that they're working. So think about maybe 3 to 5 points just to summarize what they might have got from your workshop. You've got to then also wrap up with then those thank yous and importantly Q&As. People will have questions. Some people are voyeuristic, so they just want to come on and just watch and learn without actually connecting. But you've also still got to keep that interactivity, because that will keep even those people who might not be actually verbally connecting with you, that will still keep them engaged, because people want to see that interaction. Then make sure that you're sharing then your contact details, which you're happy to connect with those people after then your workshop. And we'll also be sharing those out. Okay, guys, so that was just a brief outline about what to include within then your webinar. We're now going to go on to some examples of the bad, what probably not to include. Okay, so guys, one of the things which I'm going to be doing is talking about the bad. You've got to be thinking about then where you're going to be delivering it. Don't be doing it in a busy office like this with people all around you. You know, think about then your presentation. Think about how you're going to engage in the audience. When you're thinking about your visuals, use good quality imagery. There's got to be no watermarks in there. And a big important part is, as they say, death by PowerPoint. It's not about regurgitating long texts, bullet points. You know, you're not here to read out your slides. You're here to share your stories, your experience, your passion about your expertise. That's why people are here to learn. So really kind of engage them. Think about them in the delivery. Right, now we've seen then the bad. Let's move on to the ugly, the definite no-nos. Okay, guys, so next we're going to be talking about the ugly. This is an important part, because you don't want to be making your webinar so people switch off and pretty much find it repulsive. So I'm going to talk you through a few of the don'ts of what not to include within then your webinar. An important part is making sure that your laptops charge up, because the last thing that you want to be doing is sitting there going, oh, hold on a minute, oh, the battery's going, and you've lost everybody. Also, wearing then your shirt. Think about what you're wearing. Dotted, stripy shirts like this, just not going to be really working for you, and it can go a bit trippy. Sometimes it just doesn't quite work. Also think about then the camera angle. You don't want to be cutting off then your face. And having a cluttered background. No one wants to see your washing. You know, that's one of the kind of sort of like important parts when it when it comes to thinking. And then also, like with last year, who's this? Last year, you do not want to be one of the most viewed videos on YouTube. Who's that? You going to say hello? You see who it is? That's it. Make sure that your kids know, well, it's nice and quiet and your door's locked. You know, be thinking about your audience, thinking about distractions, thinking about background noise. So I'm going to do a little bit of recap on what we covered. So we talked about the good, what to do. Make sure that you're prepped. Make sure that you're thinking about your slides. Make sure that you're thinking about interaction. The bad, we covered some areas, but just don't fill it with copy. We don't want death by PowerPoint. And with the ugly, no way, Jose. Right, say goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, so hopefully you found that useful and that you've learned some really valuable tips about the good, the bad, and the ugly of delivering in a webinar workshop. You can connect with me online through my email, which I'll be putting my details up in the final slide. So I'm really looking forward to working with you. Have a great day and speak to you soon. Thanks, bye-bye.